So I'll tell you a little story. I know what a lot of you are thinking about looking at me, and I want you guys to know that I know, okay? I was at work recently, and I was waiting on this party of 16 Chinese businessmen. And these guys were serious and didn't speak a word of English, you know? They were like, ha, 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 ha. Because that's how I speak Chinese, apparently. And they were like, ha, 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 ha. And I sat the steak knives down on the table. They all stopped at once and looked at me. Ha, 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 ha. Harry Potter! Yes, thank you. And they all started laughing and like taking pictures of me like I was the Empire State Building or something. And like I didn't want to disappoint them, you know, because that's my tip. But I haven't read the books because I'm 30 fucking years old. So, so I said, by the power of Grayskull or whatever. But that, of course, is He-Man. And anyway, I'm happy to be in Charleston. It's not the greatest city in the world, guys. Charleston is the greatest city in the world. I've been here like a week and a half, and I already have $973 in parking tickets. It is unbelievable. I got a parking ticket the other night inside of my friend's garage. I was like, how is this even possible? I tried to come downtown and I had to park, and I was like, screw it. I just parked in Goose Creek and walked down. Dude, somebody said that I love, you know, like Charleston, and I walk along and I see a Starbucks on the street. I'm always like, God, I hate Starbucks. Right, but whenever I'm like a shitty town and I see one, I'm like, thank God there's a Starbucks. Oh, pretty lady's bringing me home, man. That's what she's doing. I love it down here, man. I live in New York City now. I like New York City. I guess one of the big differences between Charleston and New York is the diversity, you know. Like, I never knew Jewish kids growing up, and but you know, New York, so I never got to go to like a bar mitzvah. See, but I think weddings are the bar mitzvah of the South. You know, there's a big party, you get lots of money, and it happens around age 13. I think it's the same. I think it's the same thing, right? Happy to be here. Nick was on being broke. I am so broke right now, I can't even see straight. Anyone else as broke as we are here tonight? Oh, you after the show you are? That's nice. You got a front row seat though. You kind of clapped. That's good. I think one good thing about this recession though is that it's forced me to eat everything that's in my pantry. Like for dinner a few nights ago, I had a can of cranberry sauce. And for dessert, I had yeast. It rose in my stomach. It was unbelievable. I cannot afford pizza at my pizza place. That's how broke I am. I can't afford it. And I go in and they're like mad at me. And they're like, Parmesan cheese for customers only, sir. I'm like, shut up, man, shut up. Oh. So broke. I'm so broke that I'm watching shows about rich people. Like, that's how broke I am. Like, I cannot get into that show, Millionaire Matchmaker. Do you guys watch that show? Yeah, it's great. It's about a guy with $1 million who needs help finding a woman. Yeah, I think that show should be called The Biggest Loser. It's unbelievable. And it's like good-looking guys. It's like Andrew, $15 million, no women. Like Steven, $30 million, no women. Well, 2 channels over, you got Flavor Flav with no money, tons of fucking women. And I have no money, but I can afford cable television. That's a nice thing. I have no health insurance, so my general practitioner is Dr. Oz. It's a sad moment. I'm to the point, too, where I'm like criticizing homeless people's signs in case I have to do it better one day. Okay, this guy in my neighborhood has a sign and it said homeless and broke. You know, and I want to tell him that the second part of that sign really isn't necessary. Because if you're homeless with money, then technically, you're camping. I'm broke, though. I think the reason, though, we're in this position as a country that we're all so broke is because we do this thing. I hate it. As soon as kids don't have to talk, we start like asking them what they want to be when they grow up, you know? And then we give them these unrealistic expectations. You know, we gotta start giving them suggestions, you know? Like, oh, you want to be a fireman? Hey, you know what's cooler than fire? Money! If my parents did it to me, that's why I'm in this position. Like, they told all of my sisters and I to follow our dreams and to do what we love. So for kids, they have 2 actors, a dancer, and one who plays with horses. They're like, we're old, we won't be able to support them, but we will be able to do a rousing production of Equus, and that's their own damn fault. Broke. Because it's stupid, because like my first dream when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a professional basketball player, you know? My dad said, yeah, go do it. And then I got to high school, like 13-year-old black kids like dunking on me and calling me a faggot. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go join choir. That sounds like more fun. And it was, actually. Choir was more fun than Tyrone's balls in my face. You guys know what I'm talking about here tonight. And we do it with our kids, and like we tell every kid in the world that they can be president if they want to. It's so stupid. Like, first of all, why would you want to be president in the first place? It's the worst job ever. Right? Like, for your health. I mean, look at Bush and Clinton. We're in the office, they were like young, vibrant people. You're now these are like Nick Nolte and a 3-day cocaine bender. They look terrible. And like, how do you top president, you know? See, I think Ronald Reagan did it right. He lived this great life, right? He was a movie star, he was a governor of California, then he was president of the United States. He gets out of office, just forgets all about it. I actually used to be a big Republican before I moved to New York, but then I realized I needed friends in the city, and I had to cut that shit out pretty quickly. Yeah, you don't meet people at the Ann Coulter book signing in Times Square. I wonder what Bush is going to do now that he's out of office. That's what I want to know. Because, like, you know, a lot of ex-presidents go around and give speeches, but that's not going to be his thing. See, I don't care what you think about him. He's always seemed like the kind of guy to me who makes really good salsa. Doesn't he kind of? You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't trust his foreign policy, but like his peach salsa, I'd probably taste it, you know? And I think with Paul Newman dying, this could be like a business opportunity for the president. Like George W. Bush salsa. Could come in 3 flavors, right? Mild, medium, and nuclear. Right out, terrorist salsa. I mean, it'd just be hummus, but we wouldn't let him know. Salsa so good, you'll have me deported. George W. Bush salsa. That's a good thing there. If I was president, the first thing that I would personally do is I would legalize marijuana across the country. How do you guys feel about that? I have the late people in the back. I like that. See, I would legalize pot. I would only let people over 65 sell it. That's my big idea. Because that would solve a lot of problems in our country, would it not? Like Social Security, Medicaid. And that shit's going broke in 30 years. Grandma sold pot, that would be solved. And old people are perfect for selling pot too, right? I mean, they're such good gardeners. Right? They're great cooks. You know, old people always bitch about no one comes and sees them. That's right. Grandma's always like Taco Bell on a Saturday night.